Okay, hello and welcome to part 18, I think now, of Dragon Age, Pixel Play Dragon Age Origins. This may or may not be the finale. Or we're getting very close, so,
And now Denerim is under assault by the Darkspawn. The death toll will be staggering. I wish you luck, Grey Warden, for all our sakes.
test room. Am I not guessed enough? Guesty enough? This is my room.
I wish to ask a question of you.
Go ahead.
I wish to know your opinion of love.
My opinion.
You and I have been intimate, for one. We have been close for some time now. You are impressive in many ways, and you even protected me from Flemeth without hope of reward. I feel anxious when I look upon you. I dislike this sense of dependency. It is a weakness I abhor. If this is love, I wish to ascertain that you do not feel the same.
Are you saying you love me? And if I do love you?
Then we are both fools, and we need to do something immediately. I have allowed myself to become too close. This is a weakness for us both.
Was not a weakness.
You are not listening to me. Do not be such a fool. This is for your own good. I am not like other women. I am not worth your distraction, and you are not worth mine.
You are worth my distraction.
You are impossible. Have it your way, but I will tell you truly now. You will regret it in the end.
Okay. baby, don't hurt me. I should say, baby, don't hurt me. There you.
Your desire?
There you are. Let's go see what Riordan has to say.
You're both here. Good. Please know I assumed you had already been told. Otherwise, I would have told you this when you freed me in Denerim. I'm sorry.
What is it? What are you apologizing for?
Tell me, have you ever wondered why the Grey Wardens are needed to defeat the Darkspawn?
Because of your skill and ability to sense them?
Were that so, then any skilled warrior would suffice. The Archdemon may be slain, as any other Darkspawn. But should any other than a Grey Warden do the slaying, it will not be enough. The essence of the beast will pass through the taint to the nearest Darkspawn and will be reborn anew in that body. The dragon is thus all but immortal. But if the Archdemon is slain by a Grey Warden, its essence travels into the Grey Warden instead.
It doesn't sound very healthy.
The Darkspawn is an empty, soulless vessel, but a Grey Warden is not. The essence of the Archdemon is destroyed, and so is the Grey Warden.
Meaning the Grey Warden who kills the Archdemon dies?
Yes. Without the Archdemon, the Blight ends. It is the only way.
It's up to three of us to kill this thing?
In Blight's past, when the time came, the eldest of the Grey Wardens would decide which amongst them would take that final blow. If possible, the final blow should be mine to make. I am the eldest, and the taint will not spare me much longer. But if I fail, the deed falls on you. The Blight must be stopped now, or it will destroy all of Ferelden before the rest of the Grey Wardens can assemble. Remember that. But enough. There will be much to do tomorrow, and little enough time to rest before it. I will let you return to your rooms.
I will see you once the army is ready to march, then. I guess this ends soon. One way or another.
That it does, my friend. That it does.
Do not be alarmed. It is only I.
Oh, well, you were in here before. But it just pray me happy. I have, considering what happened the last time I was said something sarcastically, I have no idea what intonation would go into that. Like, there needs to be like an actual like sarcasm marker next to the dialogue. So because I think like there was a dialogue option where I was saying like like when like we kill Flemeth and I was talking to her, I said like I'm sure I'll think of a way to repay you, or I'll find a way for you to repay me, and then she's approved of that, and I think that's because she took it literally, whereas I was mean to kind of tease her and you know, but apparently it didn't come off that way, or the intention of the designers of the game was that that was supposed to mean I literally wanted something in return and she doesn't like that. I mean, it's possible that like the implication of what I wanted in return was not to her liking, considering like her personality and such. Which maybe, but yeah, like here, I'm tempted to like finally decided to betray me, have you? But I have no idea like whether that's meant to be like come across seriously or sarcastically. And of course, either way, she might take it the wrong way just by her nature. But I'm probably gonna go. I'm not alarmed. I'm glad to see you.
I did not come here to speak of sentimental things. I came here to speak with you. I have a plan, you see. A way out. The loop in your hole. I know what happens when the Archdemon dies. I know a Grey Warden must be sacrificed, and that sacrifice could be you. I have come to tell you that this does not need to be.
Why did you not mention this earlier then?
It was necessary that I wait and be sure. Now I am. Now we speak in private, where no others can hear. I offer a way out. A way out for all the Grey Wardens, that there need be no sacrifice. A ritual. Performed on the eve of battle, in the dark of night.
What sort of ritual is this?
It is old magic. From a time before the Circle of Magi was created. Some would call it blood magic. But I think that means little to one like you.
Where did you get this ritual? It's probably the Grimoire. And tell me more.
What I propose is this. Lay with me, here tonight, and from our joining, a child will be conceived. The child will bear the taint, and when the Archdemon is slain, its essence will seek the child like a beacon. At this early stage, the child can absorb that essence and not perish. The Archdemon is still destroyed with no Grey Warden dying in the process.
You want to have my child?
Think about what I offer you. The chance to avoid death. Or better yet, the chance to slay the Archdemon and live as a hero. No Grey Warden has ever done this. In return, I conceive a child. One who will be born with the soul of an old god. After this is done, you allow me to walk away. And you do not follow. Ever. The child will be mine to raise as I wish.
Okay. What is this part about us separating? I don't like that. I don't know if that would be like... Yeah, I don't think it would be like appropriate. I mean...
As you wish.
The child won't be hurt, will it?
Ignoring that after but one night it could barely be called a child, no, it will not be hurt. It will be changed.
Will the child be evil? What will it become?
Allow me to say that what I seek is the essence of the old god that once was, and not the dark forces that corrupted it. Some things are worth preserving in this world. Make of that what you will.
Rachel, will I ever see it?
No, you never will. This is all I ask in return for freeing you from the burden the Grey Wardens have placed upon you.
What do you intend to do with this
I do
child?
not wish to tell you. The child will represent freedom. For an ancient power, a chance to be reborn apart from the taint. Is that not reason enough to do it? I will raise the child apart from the rest of society and teach it to respect that from which it came. Beyond that, you need know nothing else. Then you have decided?
How do you even know this
This
will
is
work?
what my mother intended when she sent me with you. She was the one who first gave me this ritual and told me of what I was meant to do. This does not surprise you, does it? Did you not wonder why Flemeth saved your life? Why she aided you? This is why. What is important is that I am offering this to you now. It will work, and it will save your life.
This is why you've been. Yeah, this is kind of important a little bit.
Caring for you, as I've come to, that was not part of the plan. But I cannot let what I feel interfere with what I must do. This is important to me. The fact that it may save your life makes me all the more determined to see it done. Please, do not cloud the issue. If you feel anything for me, then accept that it will make what we must do that much easier.
Here's the question. Will I ever see you again?
After the Archdemon has been slain? No. No, you will never see me again. Refuse my offer, however, and I leave now. This is simply how it must be. A wise decision. Come, my love. Put the thoughts of the ritual aside and let us make this last night together one to remember.
Yeah, and some. If our character is female, then there's a chance that it will be with Alistair or Logan. Oh. Sorry. It's not an image I ever wanted to see.
We have gathered all the forces we can. The Darkspawn Horde is sure to reach the capital before us. And so we must race to Denerim as quickly as we can. The lives of many thousands hang in the balance. We must not forsake them. You have gathered an army to replace the one lost at Ostagar, Grey Warden. Let us pray that it will be enough.
Before us stands the might of the Darkspawn Horde. Gaze upon them now, but fear them not. The man beside me is a native of Ferelden, now risen to the ranks of the Grey Wardens. He is proof that glory is within reach of us all. He has survived despite the odds, and without him, none of us would be here. Today, we save Denerim. Today, we avenge the death of my brother King Kaelan. But most of all, today, we show the Grey Wardens that we remember and honor their sacrifice. For Ferelden, for the Grey Wardens!
Change rated parties equipment well. In this instance. Nope. This isn't true like we were in a camp. Which is kind of shitty, but I don't think they might be invincible. I think what will probably more determines how effective they'll be in the battle than that, like whether they live or die. Because if it's like a matter of whether they live or die, it's kind of like shitty game design. There's no one likes a escort mission. Basically say, I mean, would you call this an escort mission if they could die? I would personally call it an escort mission. At least in the sense of the worst aspects of an escort mission, which is basically being responsible for another character's well-being, or in this case, the entire party's well-being. Not even the entire party, like the entire group. Like, exceeding the capacity of your party, of your regular party size. Without having any direct control over it. And that's like what makes it. I'm not sure if you would call it an escort mission, but it would function kind of like one. Because like an escort mission is generally, I mean, there's many I guess ways you could define an escort mission, but I don't know, like this will be like a. You probably know what I'm getting at by now, but I just want to express it, like an escort mission, or like the most poorly designed escort mission concepts involve not really having any control over the person you're escorting, and that person being defenseless. In this case, that doesn't apply. Obviously, they're defending themselves, but then you also have like no way of controlling. I think that no way of controlling them, and no way of like healing them, or being able to deal with their well-being in general. Besides just kind of blocking attacks, or staying ahead of them, or whatever, it's also, from a design standpoint, it's just a nightmare to try and make an escort mission work, because what do they do if they're being attacked? What, do they go hide behind cover? Do enemies go after them? Like, obviously the whole point is to protect that person. Then obviously enemies have to go after them, but then under which circumstances do they go after them? Because like, either the party isn't, or the main character, or their own group potentially, are not holding the line, keeping them away from this person. Like, like, are they going exclusively after that person? And how do you divide their attention between their goal of defending themselves against the player, maybe even going after the player, and going after the person they're escorting? Like, how do you do that, like, not only realistically, but also in a way that feels like it's not being unfair, like you're not having to juggle between defending yourself effectively from other enemies, and I mean, this is a whole other rant, really, but that's the problem with an escort mission. And if these characters were like invincible, which I'm assuming they are, then it would have a lot of the same problems as an escort mission, because especially since they're all like fighting waves and waves of Darkspawn. So like, if they die, it's like, well, I have no control over them. I have no way of healing them. I have no way of, like, all I have is potentially deciding their loadout, and they don't even give me an opportunity to decide their loadout before we even go into this battle. At least not directly. Like, we could have done that before the scene with Morrigan, but and maybe I should have, because again, they would be a little more effective in battle because they had the best equipment. But I think they're basically invincible. I think that is the right call. Because if they weren't, sure, it would be more realistic, but also it would be like I have no control over them. I have no way of healing them. I have, you know, no way of directly controlling them in this instance. So, like I had to, like if I was playing a mage that had healing power, had like the spirit healer or whatever, then maybe I could heal them. But if I'm not, then I'm just basically screwed because, yeah, you know. So it would have that escort mission problem. This is one of the ways to resolve the escort mission without is to kind of not make it an escort mission at all, which is kind of what like BioShock Infinite, for example, did. You know, it just made her a character who is going behind cover. Enemies are effectively just ignoring her completely. And she's just kind of good at hiding, more or less. You know, so it creates her, because the whole point of her is somewhat there's a bit of gameplay with her, you know, being with Booker in that game. I could probably I probably should just talk about it more in depth when I finally get around to playing it. But yeah, like it's not really an escort mission because because you're not really, you know, basically they solve the problem by not making it an escort mission at all, because the point is not to escort her per se. From a gameplay standpoint, you're not escorting her. Like, you're not having to protect her. Like, that's not a thing in the game. So, the whole point is this narrative that she is with you, and the story's being told, and the relationship between the characters is unfolding, and this is a way to present that without creating it and making a large portion of the game into an escort mission. Because then you have to figure out, like, well, how do we protect her? How, and then like, how much are the enemies going after her versus going after you? You know, you have to worry about that not only as a player but as a designer. And so, in this case, that the game of the escort mission, the only way to win is not to play, because it's a nightmare. Like, I don't think anyone's ever really solved the problem of the escort mission, because you had to, because it's a character who's not directly in the player's control, and therefore it can easily feel unfair if that character gets hurt, because it's like, well, I'm off here trying to do this other thing, or I'm, you know, off here trying to defend them, but then some enemies slip through, you know, or the AI on the companion isn't great. I don't know. Like, there's various reasons why escort missions are not good. And just can't be good in general.
You've managed to fight your way to the gates. We're doing better than I hoped.
That will change quickly.
Bloody Nug Runners are outnumbered 3 to 1.
Well, we've done well so far.
Gordon. You have a plan, I assume?
The army will not last long, so we need to move quickly to reach the Archdemon. I suggest taking Alistair and no more than 2 others with you into the city. Anyone you don't bring with you can remain here to prevent more Darkspawn from entering Denerim on our tails.
How are we going to fight a flying dragon? With Blotissus?
We're going to need to reach a high point in the city. I'm thinking the top of Fort Draken might work.
The top of... You want to draw the dragon's attention?
We have little choice, though I warn you that as soon as we engage the beast, it will call all its generals to help it. I can sense 2 generals in Denerim. You may wish to seek them out before going to Fort Draken.
I am sure that if we did slay those generals, it would stop the Darkspawn in the city from doing a lot of harm.
It may also waste resources trying to find them. The decision is up to you.
You know what his generals
Neither
are?
of them are near Fort Draken currently, but there are too many Darkspawn here to tell you more. There are already several units of our allies within the city by now. They may be able to come to your assistance if you call them, but Their strength will be limited. Now, who do you wish to take with you into the city?
Oh, we
Yes.
need Alistair as a tank.
Yes.
Um, I'm already at level 20. I'll probably take Morgan.
Fair enough. Anyone else will need to remain here and assist in keeping more Darkspawn from coming in the gates behind us. Who will lead them?
Ogren.
Fine. Let's just move into the blasted main event already.
Good. That should be sufficient. Nothing you have done has prepared you for what you face now. May the Maker watch over you.
So this is it then. All that we've been through has led up to this. Whatever happens now, to either of us, know that I am proud, infinitely proud, to have called you friend. Onward then, and may the Maker smile fortune upon us.
Well, this is it, Warden. When from the blood of battle the stone is fed, let the heroes prevail and the blighters lie dead. As one of the blighters, I sodding salute you. Let's show them our hearts, and then show them theirs.
You'll be good, you hear?
Are you ready? We have reached the battlefield at last.
This is it.
The Arishok asked what is the Blight. I stand here looking into its eyes, and still I have no answer for him. But perhaps you do. You have carried us this far. Do not doubt that.
So this is it? This is the end? We've come so far. It's strange knowing that all our fates will be decided in a matter of hours. I wish I could go with you.
It's for the best.
I respect your decision to keep me here, even though I would have gladly stood by your side even to the death. You have been a true friend, and I will be extremely cross with you if you don't return. Be careful out there. I will see you soon.
Heading off to slay dragons without me, Fine, fine. Say hello to the Archdemon for me. He never writes anymore. It's rather distressing. And do watch your back. No getting eaten, unless you think it's really important, of course.
Before we head after the Archdemon, I want to say something. Either we both die trying to kill it, or one of us dies making the final blow. Either way, both of us aren't walking out of here. So I just want you to know that it's been an honor fighting by your side.
Nobody's dying. It's enough of the speeches. Just watch my back in there.
Let's find this Archdemon then, and kick its ass.
So we head into the city together, as it should be. Once this is done, no matter how it turns out, I will be gone. You are aware of this, yes?
I was hoping you would stay for the celebrations. I will find you, Morgan, I swear it. And I have a particular set of skills. I will find you, and I will, well... Not let me be that. I will find you, Morgan, I swear. How about you were safe for the celebrations?
I do not think that would be wise. Allow me to say only one thing before we go. I was foolish. This could have been so much easier, yet I cannot regret what was between us. I will always remember you, my love. Now, let us see this finally done. The archdemon awaits.
What? Wait, what?
I hope most of the people were able to flee in the ships before the Horde got here.
Now I'll finally have enough. To unlock any pick. Pick any lock, unpick any, whatever. The weapons. There you go. That's quite as good as Winter's Breath, but I don't have another Winter's Breath, so. I probably should switch that. Then I have fire as one of her things. The cold is one of the things she does. So at this point, it's as cold as that. But isn't the Archdemon basically a god? So they're not really godless. They have a god. Technically.
We're counting on you, Warden.
I mean, they're soon to be godless, but
Make her watch over you.
okay. So I either go to the market or the alien age. Army picker. Okay.
Don't give them the advantage.
Really, I don't know if I really want. Can I just let the armies do what they will? I mean, we're basically gods, so. Alistair! Damn it! Damn it, Alistair! Great. How if I should frickin' be wasting injury kits on him, especially since we only have greater injury kits.
It has begun.
Okay, so the army is to be deployed through the area. Each army is represented by an icon and a number that shows how many combatants comprise the army. Each army can be deployed only once. Only a single army can be active in one area. Once an army has been defeated in the area, you will be able to deploy another army. We don't need an army. Alistair might need an army, but because he's not a very good tank. of the golems. And we did sacrifice shale to get these golems, so we we need to go. Around this way to get to the city map. Okay. We'll have our army deploying thing yet, or?
You! It's you! The Maker sure gave you the gift of good timing, didn't he? There's a large group of Darkspawn approaching and the gates won't hold. We need your help. All right. I only hope there's time to...
They're breaking through!
Run! All of you! Run for your lives!
Can't deploy our armies for this? There we go. Okay, what the hell? Alistair, not again. Rogue is a better tank than Alistair. Finish him!
I shall do it.
Oh, I should speak to Shiani.
You saved many lives here today. Thank you. Please, take this. I pray it helps you in your coming battles. We have to go. May the Maker watch over you.
Oh, well, our way back is, messed up, but, good thing we don't need to go that way. Uh-oh.
Beware! A large group of Darkspawn have broken away from the battle. They're charging this way. They'll be here any minute.
Oh, okay. Well, we can't level up right now, but we need to. so unused to
You
Yuki! With better armor, better critical chance, lower damage. More armor protection and a higher strength modifier.
Shall I send word that the gates are secured?
For a moment,
Right away.
yes. He's really not dead. If I shared the other Dragon Age games, actually. What the hell? Oh great. What the hell? Damn it. It's cracking. Great. Nope. Health potion. Health potion. Health potion! I took a health potion. Go to hell. That's what she gets for not doing her job. I should not use the frickin' mages. That doesn't seem wise. At this point, Herlock, etc., what D&D 4th edition would be called minions. Maybe that's me actually over there. Revival, right? Revival. Damn it. I have to wait for.
Now we get our hands dirty.
I don't think I should have a cooldown timer if I didn't find a target. Like, if it doesn't find a target, there should be no cooldown timer. This I decided. This is officially a rule from now on. That there's no freaking cooldown. From this moment forward, there should be no cooldown timer if it doesn't find a target. Hey, from this moment forward, go to hell. Okay, we got a bunch of people dying because there's a cooldown timer for an ability that didn't do jack shit. On.
Very well.
Great, now we only got like one Red Cliff dude. All because of bad game design. I'm just gonna call it bad game design. I'm not sure if it's really bad game design, but
I shall do it.
what it really is just me being dumb and not realizing where my dead body was.
Darkspawn have sensed us.
It's your time to die.
cunning trap. Very well.
Wipe them out!
What? Oh, come on. The minions can like only good on one hit, but they're still. What? Oh, come on! What, really?
I shall do it.
We get some kind of chance to rest and like get. Oh, come on. Heal our fucking wounds. Why is Alistair so freaking squishy? Where the hell are you, Alistair?
Alistair here.
There's no way I can deal with all of this. With my current number of injury kits, I cannot deal with all the injuries we sustained. Which is yet another reason why I think the injury system is bullshit. Because it, effectively, from what I understand, it punishes you for dying by making it easier for you to die. It is like the textbook definition of realism for realism's sake. And injury kits are a much more finite resource. Sure, you can craft them, but the materials to craft them are a finite source, so I don't have enough. Do I have a bunch of distillation agents? I have concentrator agents, which I think are poison. Shit. But in case my point still stands, it's bullshit. Really? Oh, come on.
I shall do it.
Oh, come on! Is there even a point anymore? I think there's a point where I get access to a frickin' Why am I missing him?
Let's have at it!
Penalty magic. A penalty of health restoration. That's an injury that typically makes it easier for me to die. Literally, I died. Now it's easier for me to die in the future because I'm bleeding. And my health doesn't regenerate as fast. How was that fair? How is that make the game more fun? It doesn't make the game more fun. Do not do it. It makes the game more complicated, which is not fun. If they ever see fit to remake this game, they should get rid of the injury system because it's not fun. Either that or make injury kits a lot more accessible. Rather than having to go through some bullshit crafting system. He's bleeding. Cracked skull. Penalty to cunning. That doesn't really necessarily. She's got a gaping wound. Penalty to maximum health. Visit the party camp. Is it going to be party camp? Or something that qualifies as a party camp before we before long, because this is getting kind of ridiculous. In a long dungeon like this,
What? Look there, a cunning trap.
okay, how do I disarm it?
Very well.
What? Oh, come on. Go to hell. The Alistair goes down again. How the hell does this keep on happening?
You will learn to fear me.
Why do we have to bring Alistair with us? I have to use an injury kit again. Or not, because it's all we have is one greater injury kit left. What's this injury? Torn jugular. Penalty to Constitution! Penalty to Constitution, which has to do with health, which means, again, it's easier for him to die. So it creates a feedback loop where he dies. It's easier to die. So he goes again. It's even easier for him to die. So he dies again. So it's even easier for him to die. Until he could... You see what I'm talking about here? I'm sorry I'm yelling and freaking spiking everyone's speakers, but this is just such a ridiculous concept. In a game that is otherwise, like, very solid. I think Lore Runner, one of the people who I watch, like, ruminations and stuff of his, like, I respect the guy, but how can he defend this? I'm not sure I ever heard him defend it, but, like, this is, like, you consider this, like, one of the greatest RPGs of all time, and I just, like, from a story standpoint, from a role-playing standpoint, it's really good, but from a gameplay standpoint, it's antiquated as hell. And I feel that like, I can take the kind of clunky combat, I guess, for lack of a better term. Like, I understand it's a lot more about positioning yourself and, I guess, using your special abilities and such. Like, it takes some getting used to, but I've gotten used to it. But the injury system is just like, I cannot defend that from any game standpoint. Like, I do not see what the point of it is, besides making things more realistic or making things more complicated and arguably, and I would argue, personally, more complicated than they need to be. And more difficult and infuriating than it needs to be. Yuki, I don't need this right now. Don't be messing with my things, please. Like, I may just have to. I mean, I want to call it a night because I'm just getting worked up. I don't want to get this worked up, especially when it's this late, and there may be neighbors who want to sleep. But like, I feel like I might not come back to this game at all. We've got to have... I'm pretty confident that we run into our dwarven friends at some point navigating this dungeon. They just kind of show up randomly. And then you can trade one last time before we proceed, which is great, but it needs to happen soon because hopefully they have injury kits and potions and all the shit we need right now. I mentioned that I get a ton of loot, not all of which I can use.
It shall be done. It is begun.
Oh, okay. Hey, Sandal.
Enchantment?
Do you have any of your dad's wares for sale? There we go. I got 10 greater injury kits. We're gonna buy all of them. And it's still not gonna be enough. Let's see. I think we need distillation agents. And we need, I don't know if we need flasks for it though.
My friend.
There we go. Free laser injury kit. I need some more elf root and a bunch of deep mushrooms, which for some reason this dwarf doesn't have.
Enchantment?
You're surrounded by darkspawn encounters. What happened here?
Enchantment!
Enchantment.
Enchantment?
Okay.
Enchantment?
Okay. We need to figure out if he can even equip half of the stuff. Heavy chainmail. He already has that. Cool. I can get Dragonbone Axe, which probably is better. Longsword, probably better for his particular skill. Let's see here. Damage, more damage. This actually costs more, which probably means it's better. Yeah, this does more damage. Yeah, we're getting that. Okay.
Enchantment?
Enchantment? Enchantment!
I'll put a flame room on that. For the heck of it. Okay. We haven't really explored here. Okay. Nothing to really see here. Yeah. This is a lot of dead bodies. Sandal. Thank you. Enchantment? I decide whether or not I want to keep playing. Like, I'll probably continue. Like, I finally reached, like, I guess, like, the halfway point of sorts. I guys gotta get up to level 20 also. Come on. She's close to level 20. Still, okay. Alistair needs to get up to level 20 so I can increase his constitution or whatever the hell he needs to have increased to make him less squishy. Yeah. I just really need a break. And I have tomorrow off, so I'll probably play this and then start playing some of the other Dragon Age stuff, DLCs and things. Here's our wall of patrons. We're so patient so far. Aaron McMahon, thank you, Aaron. Of course, you two can become patrons for as little as $1 per month, so please consider it. Or, of course, you can just do a bunch of little things that will help us in our own small way if you aren't quite ready for, or if I'm not quite ready for your patronage yet. I mean, obviously, I am not quite ready, but Yuki is ready. If you will not become my patron, in fact, Yukiko should probably have her own Patreon. Because she is just so cute and adorable and expensive. But anyway, um, yeah, I mean, I still like I stand by the whole injury kit thing. I feel that it's you know it's a relic of old school RPG design that should just stay dead because it yeah it again it creates too much frustration for me personally. Like I mean, if you're on YouTube, you can defend it in the comments as much as you want, and I'm actually open to that. I want to hear people try to explain why injuries are a good idea, how that adds to the depth of the game and makes it more interesting and engaging. Like, defend it. Like, I want to hear some valid points made besides just, well, it makes it more realistic, because that's no excuse. Because as far as I'm concerned right now, it's realism for realism's sake. And a huge point off of the game. I mean, I managed to drive up to this point, but now that I'm reaching the end game, it's becoming a lot more aggravating. And the availability of the resources required to even craft your own injury kit is very limited, and I mean, I donated most of the mushrooms I could, probably pointlessly to the armies and such that I'm kind of using, but maybe not as much as I should. I don't think I can use the armies anymore at this point since I'm like indoors. So yeah. Anyway, you guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for putting up with my bullshit. Yeah. I mean, hopefully you enjoy it even when I'm kind of ranting and raving a little bit. But anyway, yeah. Until next time, sayonara.